What's up, everybody? I think I'm live. This StreamYard confuses the hell out of me, so I don't even know if I'm live or across any platforms. Obviously, I don't know the comment side of stuff, so still learning it. My apologies, but wanted to hop on to go over the process as far as how I'm leveraging AI and automation and all that, and kind of what we've got going on, especially if you're a small business coach, consultant, like I am. It is literally a game changer whenever you do it right and whenever you do the right things. Because I'm not very much about the generic side of AI or software generated content. I want it to be very, very much still authentic and um, personalized to our business. And there's a lot of shiny objects out there, a lot of things that are out there that I'm hearing whenever it comes to tech and sales, marketing, and all of that. And yes, it can help you regardless if you're a sales professional or, like I said, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're in marketing. There's so many different ways you can utilize it. I've been working specifically with ChatGPT for since I think the week after it came out, and have done courses and certifications on prompt engineering. And it's not going to slow down anytime soon, but it's starting to get to the point where you're able to have sales operations around AI, and AI is able to streamline a lot of things that we, quite honestly, as humans, we can't to the level of um, I guess activity or response to inbound opportunities that are coming in, or somebody's wanting to know more about your business, and they want it now. And so it's either you train some type of a AI solution for that in order to help answer those questions quickly, or you're going to lose out on that opportunity. And it's not necessarily about what we want. This is one thing that I've had to get over. It's about what our consumers want. It's about what the customers and the clients want. And they want to have questions answered quickly. They want to be able to digest that. And then they want to speak with someone, schedule a demo, schedule an appointment on their terms, right? So, you got to be very, very understanding of what you should be doing and how you should be utilizing it. Because obviously we don't want it just to be generic and spammy and all that and very robotic. So it's really changed, especially over the last few months. I mean, we've been working with AI and machine learning and all of that for years now, to set up automation, set up chatbots, flows, things of that nature. And they would always get stuck. You'd have to pre-program, obviously, and it was a big help. But now with the addition of being able to integrate with these other platforms, you can train it to pretty much act as you want it to act. And you're able to respond to customer inquiries. So customer success and service, this helps tenfold with that whenever set up correctly. If you're looking from a sales perspective, personalized messaging, nurture, follow-ups, being able to make sure that you're staying in front of your prospects or prospecting in general. So there's so much that you can do, because I hear a lot as well with your more traditional type sales organizations, or delivering where it's a little more hand-to-hand combat's probably not the right word, but they feel that their sales processes aren't enough. It's about building relationships and all of that. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to leverage AI to help you, or leverage tech or digital resources, because if you don't, somebody else will, and it's just going to provide a better service. And so that's where I'm at with it. I don't disagree that I'd much rather have where humans may, um, I guess what I'm getting to is I don't think that it's going to it may replace some opportunities, but if you are engaged, if you are an expert in your field, especially if you're in the sales field, it's only going to help you continue rising. And I do think that it's going to open up other opportunities, like prompt engineering, which is something I've been getting into as well, just because it's a skill set. Like being able to manage AI and get it to do what you want is a whole skill set. I mean, you can get on it and be fascinated by it and get overwhelmed with, not necessarily overwhelmed, you just see how cool it is. I can tell you after doing it, you'll start to see that there's definitely nothing that's happening anytime soon to make big changes, but it is changing fast. And the more you can get in front of it now, start utilizing, see how it can work in your business, the better off you're going to be. You're going to be happier, you're going to be able to provide better level of service, and you're going to be able to cut some expenses, especially as a small business or someone who may not have a lot of employees or the ability to have employees, maybe some virtual assistants here and there, but this almost acts as that. It takes over a lot of those roles. So one thing that I get asked or have been asked, I don't get asked it a lot, to be quite honest with you. So I don't want to make it sound like that. I've been asked whenever it comes to the content creation stuff. That's what I wanted to kind of focus on. I did a training on this, but I know how trainings go. So just quickly want to run through how I'm doing it, because quite honestly, I hate writing. I hate having to sit there and try to think of an email or what to write for my social media, or what just to write on a sales page or marketing collateral or sales email, sales outreach. And so that was always hard for me, and my energy would just get completely deflated as soon as I would go out and try to do that. So what I did, as soon as I started working with ChatGPT or other AI tools to these capabilities, I started to realize that instead of looking at these platforms and the software as generating my stuff, because I didn't want that. You'll see that as the more that you use these tools and these resources, especially right now, it becomes a little repetitive, and it becomes like not really talking or sounding like you. You really have to make the right prompts. You really have to explain to it what you want and train it in order to do the right things. And, one of the things that I hear is, well, it's easier for me just to write it myself. Well, maybe it is easier for you to write it yourself, but for me, no. I will sit there and I will go back and forth with my AI tool until I get it right. But what has avoided a lot of that and allowed me to get ahead, and quite honestly has really helped me take things to the next level. And has this gotten business for me? 100%. The ROI is insane on it. I can tell you, doing video content, doing content in general, to show and to build a little bit of credibility, build a little bit of authority, but most importantly, help provide value and just share what your knowledge and help others maybe be able to utilize that knowledge. Eventually, they're going to potentially want to work with you. Some may be able to take what you're doing and run with it. But the biggest thing is that being consistent with your content, where obviously I'm big on video, but then how do you take that and replicate it? How do you then take that and continue repurposing it so that then you can spread out across all major platforms or be in a lot of different places, and then take that and create content around it, just by simply leveraging a voice note or doing some type of a video, and then taking that transcription and then leveraging ChatGPT or another tool that you're utilizing to act as your copywriter, to act as your social media manager, to act as your content strategist or your digital strategist or your social strategist. And that's what I started looking at is, okay, if I can brain dump essentially into ChatGPT and it can help me put my thoughts together in a way that it's going to create personalized, customized content, because it's all me. It's just helping me put it together to where it makes sense. So I started leveraging that, where in the past, before this, I used to have to go out and hire. I used to have to go out and get somebody who had that skill set. And so it has allowed me, while it's never going to take the place, I don't believe, of especially like a copywriter or human interaction whenever it comes to that, because there's so many variables whenever we talk about human interaction, emotional intelligence, and all that AI is just not going to be able to do. Who knows? Maybe one day, I don't know. But right now, it's not there. I don't see that happening anytime soon as well. So one thing that it will do, though, is it can help you take a piece of video content, or what I would do is I would take a voice note on my phone, talk about my thoughts, because that was 10 times easier. And then I would take that voice note and put the transcription into a tool that would transcribe it. I use Otter.ai is what I use. There's a lot of different things out there that you can use as well. Otter does a lot others than just transcriptions. Obviously, it helps you with like meeting notes on your Zoom meetings, virtual meetings, things of that nature. But I would do a voice note, put it into Otter.ai. I would get the transcript, copy that transcript, and then I would go to ChatGPT. I would put in my prompts. That's a whole nother video at that point, which I'm more than happy to go through, but don't want to go through it here unless somebody would like me to. But basically, you take it and then you put in prompts for ChatGPT to know exactly what you're looking for, and leveraging that transcript and helping me turn that transcript into a Instagram post, a TikTok post, a LinkedIn post, a Twitter post, YouTube Shorts or YouTube. And then obviously taking that and utilizing ChatGPT to then write me an email for my database. And all it's doing is taking my thoughts and taking my stories and what I'm talking about, what I'm wanting to relay, and it's helping me put it in a way that then I can put it out there so it makes sense. And then I don't have to sit down and actually write it out and go through that painful process, at least for me. And so that's one way. And I can tell you that's allowed me to be very consistent. So essentially, what my process whenever it comes to this is that I am doing, whether it's a podcast or some type of long form video, or I'm just documenting me having a meeting or whatever it is. And then I take that, I send it to my editor. My editor then takes that long form and will chop it up to pull out the best parts of that long form video and to cut it down to 30 to 60-second short clips that we think provide value. Obviously, they put the edits and the captions and all of that on it, which is completely cool, but it would be fine. You don't have to do all of that. If you don't want to, then you take each one of those short clips, take the transcription, and then you put that in the ChatGPT. You give it the right prompts, and then it allows you to create great context around that, great emails to promote it, social media posts to promote it. You can even turn it into more of an official professional video script if you want to, and then you just slap that into a teleprompter app on your phone or whatever you want to use, and you can just read it off of there. Very, very impactful. But being able to repurpose that, and then so if I'm able to take a long form video, and I can't stress enough documenting what you're doing, just having something. If you look at a lot of my content, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just, obviously just documenting. I felt like that was 10 times easier. And I knew the power of just being able to try to pick out valuable content and then put it out there. Switch it up from time to time where I'm talking into the camera, but obviously just documenting. And then that turned out that a lot of my best content comes whenever I'm just sitting there doing my thing instead of trying to create something from scratch, which, obviously you can leverage ChatGPT for ideas and things of that nature whenever it comes to your content, but it's just not the same, at least not for me. And I've been at this for a long time. I started creating videos, I don't know, 5 years ago, I think. And so it's a lot easier for me to do it, but I still struggle trying to sit here and look into the camera. So a lot of times, and just create content whenever it comes to that. So now with AI, I'm able to kind of streamline that and also be able to take those long form videos, edit those up, then be able to do post out of those. So I've got context to it in the social media, hashtags, all that. And it makes it really easy to then schedule it. through, we have our own platform for local. It's actually pretty awesome. I mean, it streamlines and allows you to post across all major platforms and schedule that. It leverages AI to write posts and emails, and you can run Facebook ads out of it with the touch of a button. It's Web Connect IQ, so I use that a good bit. So I'm cheating a little bit, but the biggest thing is you can schedule those posts out as well and get way ahead of it. So now you're able, especially if you have a good platform like we do, we utilize, and obviously we have a lot of coaches, consultants, and small businesses that are utilizing it, professionals that are utilizing it. But you're able to really do a lot of marketing, do a lot of brand building, do a lot of awareness in a matter of minutes each day. Whenever you look at the opportunities to, one, where am I going to create the content at, which is documenting, or you do stuff like this, or you do videos, however you want to create that. And this is very, obviously very big for if you are an industry professional or expert, right? Because people want to know that they're dealing with somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about. And the way to show that in the noisy world that we live in is through obviously them seeing it, you being able to provide value to them, being able to help them, and showing that you're an expert to build that authority, build that credibility. Obviously, social proof is a big one. Testimonials, results is a big one. But this is one that allows you to continue growing and scaling that brand so that when somebody comes across your business, or whenever somebody comes across what it is that you're trying to accomplish, or your marketing message, they're going to see all of the content that you've put out there. And once they see that, they're going to automatically start to build a relationship with you. But most importantly, they're going to see that you know what the hell you're talking about. And so whenever that happens, now you continue to leverage AI and these tools, one, to maintain that relationship, to continue nurturing, to continue personalization once you start getting people in to the door at that point, because people want to be able to communicate. And especially if you're like a coach or a consultant or a small business, sales professional, whatnot, you're out there doing a lot of different things. So if that's the case, then you need to be able to respond. You need to be able to stay in front of, stay top of mind, continue nurturing, which obviously I've used that word a lot, but doing it in a way which now you can, with the right tools and resources, do it in a way that's personalized and it's not robotic and all of that. And so there's a ton of opportunity, but the main thing, and I've kind of been talking about a lot on this, but I wanted to really stick to that content creation piece where document what you're doing. So put your phone up while you're in meetings or while you're having a meeting. And obviously, whenever you're creating that content, just don't let any personal information, all of that, like you don't want private information, all that out there, but you want people being able to see what it is and who they're going to be engaging with and who they're going to be talking to. And so that they start to get that feel, they start to learn, you know what you're talking about. So just document that, or use ChatGPT to help you write up a script for your content, make it a little bit easier if you're not very comfortable just sitting here in front of a camera and talking into it, because it is uncomfortable and it's hard and it's tough. The other side of it too, which is what I've been doing with some clients and all that, is doing Q&A or interview style. So you get somebody to sit there on the other end of the camera and y'all just have a conversation. You talk about business, you talk about your industry, what you've got going on, record it. Then you do that for an hour, you're in your natural state, you're just sharing what you know, you're talking about relevant information. Then you take that, have it edited so it's chopped up into 10, 15 different short clips. Then you take those short clips, utilize ChatGPT with the right prompts. And anybody who wants to know prompts and all that, just shoot me a DM and I'll send you a link to the prompts I use. No big deal. And put the right prompts in. It will help you come up with the social media posts to post with that provides context across all these platforms. Then you have it write you an email so that then you can send that email out to your database. And I promise you that email is going to be fire. It always is whenever you are prompting it the right way, but you're using your own words. Because one thing that's going to happen, y'all are going to see this, is that there's going to become a lot of generic content, software generated content, robotic sounding. Trust me, it's coming. If it's not already here, people are going to arbitrage all of this. They are going to take advantage of it. And the more that you can continue being personalized and just understanding how you can use these tools to make your voice, your personalized voice, your brand voice better and be able to get out there faster and in a better way, it's going to allow you're going to be set up for success long term. And the more you can start that now, the better. Trust me, I promise. I've been doing it. I've been doing content for a long time now. It works. I don't have 10,000 followers or none of anything like that. But I do run a lot of ads as well. And that's how we typically market. And then whenever people see that ad and then they go and then they're starting to see the content I'm putting out, getting value from it, then that conversation becomes 10 times easier than anything else. Obviously, there's a lot of social proof, a lot of years of results and reviews and testimonials and all that. But anyway, so streamlining that content process and making sure that you're making it as easy as possible, and just it allows you to do things you couldn't do before. And even if you don't like writing, even if you don't like posting or social or thinking about it, this is a good way to do that. You have a thought, take a voice note. And then, and even better now, ChatGPT has an app for both, I think, Android that just announced, and also Apple, obviously on your iPhone, and they have voice to text. So you can just do voice to text your thought. Hey, I had this idea. This would be a good piece of content. And you just go into that piece of content right there and say, yes, I want to talk about how it's great in order to leverage social media marketing and social selling in order to grow your small business or your consulting business, your coaching business. And you just go through that. You hit submit into ChatGPT. Say, hey, put this together in a form of a video script, social media post, an email, and there you go. You got you a video script that you can easily read off and turn into a legitimate video. And then obviously you'll be able to do everything else from there. And all you did was talk into your phone for 30 seconds and brain dump, essentially, is what I do. And so the same can go with writing. You just got a random thought and you're like, hey, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. You go in there and I do it all the time. I go in there and I just say, this is what I'm trying to do. This is a thought I have. This is what I like. Can you help me put this together? And it doesn't. And so that's just the basis. You know, if you can get a good platform, I definitely invite anybody to check out Web Connect IQ. There's a lot of great stuff there. But if not, you need to find a good CRM automation platform that can really take over a lot, and now is starting to implement AI and allow you to not have to worry about responding back to your leads, because the AI will do that for you and have that conversation. But you obviously want to train it right. But it's automatically going to get back. It's going to act as your inside sales representative. It's going to be able to help you with personalization and making sure that you're tracking through what's called predictive AI or lead scoring. So if people are interacting with your brand, they're going to your website, they're opening your emails, they're engaging, they're sending you messages, whatever it is, obviously that means that they're becoming more warm. And you need to be alerted to reach out to them directly because they're taking the right actions. They're making all the right moves. So there's so many different things that you can do. Make sure you're finding a platform to do that with. Because it's life-changing. I'm telling you, just the stuff that I use with our own platform that we have created for this reason. So anyway, if you have any questions about the prompts, I do have like a free training that I can send you. Obviously, I know doing trainings is tough. I'm more than happy just to send the stuff over to you whenever it comes to prompts I use, how I leverage these tools and resources to not only help me with content creation, but help me with just task that used to drive me insane, and just take up a ton of time, and don't have to really worry about that much anymore. And especially whenever it comes to just advertising and integrations with social media advertising and being able to do it at a touch of a button. I mean, it's crazy. So anyway, hopefully got something. I went around and around. Whenever it comes to AI, there's just so much going on, but wanted to share that, especially with it whenever it comes to the content. Hopefully it helps out. Go document your stuff and take that documentation, cut it up. All you got to do is find a good editor that you can send that to. Splashio is a great one. Be Creative is a great editing service as well. Or you can just find editors on Fiverr or Upwork, and they'll know pretty much what you're looking for and how to cut it up and all of that. Then at that point, take the transcription, put it in ChatGPT, prompt ChatGPT to help you write social media with hashtags for all these platforms, write an email. So everything's in your voice. It's just recapping your words, your videos, and then you take it and you schedule it through your platform that hopefully you have that allows you to do that as well. Or get a platform like ours where the AI is already in there. You don't have to mess with ChatGPT. So whatever works best for you, however you like to work. But I'm telling you, this process helps you stay consistent, helps you stay in front and in multi-channel. And I promise you, if you start doing this, you're going to start seeing results. You just got to stay consistent, and you've got to obviously make the videos, which your editor will do, and then you've got to put the context around it whenever it comes to social post and email, and then just schedule it out. And I promise you'll see a difference if you stay consistent with it. So anyway, hit me up if you want to any of those prompts, need any help, have any questions. Next week, I'll probably be going over strategies and things like that. So if you have anything, shoot me a note. Talk to y'all soon.